Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, passion for excellence.
This is Autoline Daily for Friday, glorious Friday, May 14th, 2010. And now the news. BMW wants to change the way that Americans buy cars. It wants them to pre-order the car that they want to get rather than select one that's already on a dealer's lot. Unlike Europe, where most customers will wait months to get the car they ordered, Americans typically want the instant gratification of going to a dealer and driving home that day in a brand new car. Changing that buying habit will be hard to do, but Bloomberg reports that BMW will focus on people who lease their cars and try to get them to pre-order a new car so that it's waiting for them at the dealer when their lease is up. BMW's goal is to reduce its sales incentives, which at an average of over $4,000 are some of the highest in the business. Nissan is shooting to get the price of the battery for its electric car, the Leaf, down to somewhere between $8,000 and $9,000. Right now, that price is about $11,300. Bloomberg reports that Nissan's goal is to get that price under $370 per kilowatt, but ultimately it's going to depend on the manufacturing volume and recycling cost. And in related news, the New York Times reports that Hertz will have Nissan Leafs available to rent in both the American and European markets next year, and it will make them available at some Connect by Hertz locations, which is a car-sharing program. Heavy-duty truck sales are a great indicator of where the economy is headed because truck fleets only buy new trucks if they know they have a lot more freight to move, and they only have more freight to move if you, the people, are out buying things. If the numbers from last month are to be believed, we may be on the brink of a big economic recovery. According to Ward's, sales of medium and heavy-duty trucks were up 10.8% in April compared to a year ago. That follows healthy growth in March of 10.6%. Class 8 was the biggest winner, up nearly 30%. And year-over-year sales were also up in Canada, more than 25%. We all know there's a downsizing trend sweeping the auto industry. Manufacturers are working on smaller, more efficient cars. They're developing new ways to reduce weight, and they are downsizing engines. Following this trend, Ward's reports that all of Ford's cars and crossovers will be available with four-cylinder engines by 2013. Although the company has not mentioned specifically which power plants will be offered, EcoBoost is practically guaranteed to play a big role in the shift. Is this confirmation that another four-cylinder Mustang is on the way? The last time Ford offered one was way back in 1993. Heck, the last time a four-banger Taurus was available was in 1991. Even though Ford is starting to turn things around, its shareholders will have to wait before they get compensated for that success. According to the Detroit News, Chairman Bill Ford Jr. said the company will pay off more of its $34 billion in debt that it still owes before restoring dividends to shareholders. However, he points out shareholders should not be too concerned since Ford expects its profits to grow and the company's stock price has nearly tripled since last year. China's Shengrui Transmission Co. became the first company in that country to develop an 8-speed automatic transmission. According to Gasgoo, Shengrui teamed up with several universities and research institutes to build the transmission. It's also the world's first front-engine front-drive 8-speed automatic. No automakers have yet placed an order for that transmission, but I'm pretty impressed that a Chinese company did this all on its own. And speaking of doing it all on your own, how did a lawyer from the Netherlands end up buying Saab for a song? And what gives him the idea that he can design cars too? Meet Victor Muller after the break.
Introducing Bridgestone's third generation of run-flat tires with groundbreaking new Bridgestone technologies. Bridgestone run-flat tires offer improved ride comfort, lower rolling resistance, and improved wear while giving you the peace of mind and comfort you need.
General Motors poured billions of dollars into Saab trying to build up the Swedish automaker, but it failed spectacularly. Now you have to wonder how that company can survive, but Victor Muller, the very engaging new owner of Saab, says by carving Saab out of GM and making it a standalone company again is precisely what is going to save it.
We are becoming a completely standalone, independent company, and that's exactly what it needs. This carve-out, as it's called, carve-out of GM, has now been basically accomplished. And the company is now a truly independent car manufacturer. And I think it would be, again, very presumptuous to say that Spyker is going to run Saab. Definitely that's not the case. I mean, how can a 50 car per year car manufacturer run a 100,000 a year? It's definitely not going to happen. So Saab is going to run Saab. Jan-Åke Johnson, the CEO, is going to run Saab with his team. He's done an incredible job keeping his management team together in spite of the massive adverse circumstances that he had to face. And what Spyker brings to the table is clearly entrepreneurship. And that's what Saab needs right now. Coming from a very large conglomerate, being a very small fish in a very large pond, to 99.5% of the Spyker business. It's clear. I mean, Spyker, the car company, is 0.5% of the totality. So entrepreneurship is one thing we bring to that table, and I would say knowledge about the premium market segment. We do know a bit about that.
You can watch that entire interview with Victor Muller at www.AutolineDetroit.tv. And that's it for today's top news in the global automotive industry. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.